Lindsay. All you want. And do we have any members present by phone as yet?
Well, it looks like Carl's on. And
Yeah, I'm on.
Oh, hi, Carl.
Screen is
Hello.
up.
This is Zen Rahman. I'm also joining over a call due to work.
Who's the other person?
Zen Rahman.
Our screen is off, so we can't see you at all. Can you, I presume you can't see us.
I can see you.
I cannot.
Okay,
Zane can't because he's on the phone, but Carl can. So
Okay.
That's working, but we just can't see it on our monitor.
all right, well, let's come to order then. This is Z 23090, the WAG Suites. It's a request for conditional use to operate an indoor kennel in a B2 general business zoning district. Properties in Wayne Township. In a B2 district, it's about 1.08 acres serviced by well and septic. Matter was published in the Daily Herald on November 15, 2023. We have no comments or objections filed to date by any of the authorities to whom we've circulated the petition. I have one exhibit and some sort of an interior layout for something, which I'll take the survey as exhibit 1 and this document as exhibit 2. It's perhaps instructive, but I don't see much relevance to number 2. I'll comment that the survey is a 2002 survey, so we're probably going to need an update since it's so old. Our requirement is 1 year. And now I'll recognize this gentleman. I presume you're the petitioner, sir?
Yes, sir.
What's your name?
Brian Nowicki.
Say it a little louder.
Brian Nowicki.
Spell your last name.
Sure. Nowicki.
And how do you relate to this petition?
I'm the owner of the WAG Suites.
You're the owner for WAG Suites?
Yeah, I'm leasing that facility.
Okay, let's talk about the owner of the property is Vrindavan Corporation. What is Vrindavan Corporation?
They own the motel, the whole 3 properties there.
So you have 3, it appears 3 parcels from your old survey.
Yeah.
But I'm told that there's 1 zoning lot.
It's parcel, I think, 3, where the restaurant is on the top left.
So what's on this property right now?
Just a restaurant, an old restaurant. It was Old North Haven.
Why does it say 1-story motel, 1-story frame motel, 1-story frame something?
Yeah, the 1-story brick and frame was the
It took
restaurant.
me an hour and 15 to get here.
Really?
The motel is on one, there's a vacant area, and then the restaurant is another one.
All right, is this survey, is this a 1-acre site that's depicted on the survey? No, it's not. It's parcel 2 is 1.048 acres according to the survey. Parcel 3 is 0.95. Parcel 1 is 3.6. So
Parcel 2 is the restaurant.
is the restaurant?
Yeah, for a previous restaurant.
Okay. I'm more certain than ever, we need an updated survey. So tell us what's going on with respect to all of these various operations that are depicted on the survey that you submitted.
I'm just leasing the restaurant.
That's not what my question was.
Oh, okay.
You got a concrete pool, a 1-story brick and frame,
Oh, those are,
something, which I presume is the restaurant you're referring to, a motel, 2 motels. What is the status of those various buildings?
those are still being used by the owner.
As what, motels?
Yeah.
Okay. And delineation of parcel 1 and parcel 2 is not immediately clear to me. where's this concrete pool?
It's on the motel's property.
Okay,
So it's just, we can kind of see where the restaurant ends there, and there's like a fence. That's the edge of that property. You go straight back from there.
okay. What is the current status of the former restaurant?
There's no more restaurant. I'm sorry, what's the
You're the one
status?
that's, what's going on in the building that used to be the restaurant?
There's now WAG Suites, which is daycare, grooming, and boarding, hopefully.
Say, speak a little louder.
Sure.
Daycare for animals?
Yeah, boarding for cats and dogs, daycare and grooming, pet grooming.
Are you the operator?
Yes,
How many employees do you have?
currently just myself.
And, okay, so why don't you make your case addressing the conditional use standards as well?
Try my best here, sorry. So, there's a few things I was asked to put together here. You want me to start with the conditional use?
I just want you to tell us what your, well, I want you to make your presentation for your conditional use request.
All right. I'm used, a conditional use for adding on boarding to the facility. Our daycare and pet grooming is already allowed the facility for code. We're looking to do boarding additionally, indoor kenneling, basically. So, you know, basically WAG Street should be a great addition to location and service for the community.
Speak up just a little bit.
Sure. WAG Suites will be a great addition to the location and service the community. It's already greatly improved the location, encourage surrounding businesses to start improving their property. Where our business is several hundred times greener than the previous restaurant that was there in regards to gas and power. With general information there, we'll have 1 to 5 employees, 24 hours of operation. We average probably maybe 10 dogs we hope to average there, a maximum about 50, 60 on holidays at most, we hope. And that would be a good day, of course.
10 dogs going to 50 or 60?
10 would be the average, 50 to 60 maximum. That would be during holiday rushes, temporary, you know, what, a couple of days here and there, like for instance, Thanksgiving and things like that, where people really need the services. That's where it really bolsters up. But generally be like around hopefully 10. You know, if I get to that higher range number, I'll be doing good business. Then we'll look to expand or something at that point. Waste is handled by placing picked up and bagged, put into a dumpster. Drop off and pickup times are 24/7, same as the motel. That's part of the property. For the site plan, parking, customer parking is going to be located in front as it was traditionally. Staff parking in the rear lot. Dumpsters are going to be located in the rear, behind the fencing of the parking lot, just where they were before. Outside area for dogs, there's going to be approximately 5 individual break areas along the back area on the asphalt. Additionally, there will be 3 larger play areas around the right side of the property on the asphalt. Once again, each one will be 6-foot tall fencing to keep the dogs inside the area, including caging and washing and cameras. For the conditional use, the property, it will be in harmony with the general use of the property in general for DuPage County. No impairments to light supply, no fire hazard increased. It would actually decrease substantially. Value of land has been increased and encouraged the surrounding properties to improve. Traffic will not increase or decrease substantially for the area. Flood or damages through the flood will not be affected at all or changed. There will be no additional public expense for fire protection. It will not impair the public health, safety, comfort, morals, or general welfare of the inhabitants of DuPage County, nor will create a nuisance. Generally, I believe it'll bring a good service and greatly reflect the area. The area has been kind of downtrodden, and I've been able to help pick up the area by investing there and cleaning it up and having the motel, which is kind of was more detrimental looking, actually clean up with me to encourage that. I think it'll be a good service for the community and I hope to employ a few people too. I think that's most of what I have to say.
Okay, in addition to a new survey, we need a site plan which shows the delineation of the parking areas and the dumpster and the various other things that you talked about.
I have that. I was submitted with the other plans.
Say that again?
I do have that here.
Okay, let me see it.
Sure. We get this in and we put this in with the requirements for the fencing and the driveway. So that's our current update. That's the
Is
external.
this an
site plan.
engineering drawing or something that you did meet online?
That's something I produced. It shows the fencing in red and the blue area is new asphalt that was put in. And of course, the parking in yellow.
Okay, well, let's get this done properly here. You want to look at that? What else do you have for us?
I think you saw the internal site plan.
This thing?
Yeah, that's the internal makeup. That's the first floor makeup.
Yeah, I don't think that's very material to our consideration. But are you gonna have signs?
Yeah, I already have the sign permit already done.
You already have the what?
The sign permit has already gone through.
Well, it has to be shown on your site plan.
Yeah, it is. There's a little mark on the site plan for it. They had to put in. It's on the front of the
Okay,
building.
this is a business, so it should be treated like a business with a professional drawing, not a sort of a red, white, and blue.
That's how I was instructed to do it. The DuPage. I don't know. Sorry.
I'm instructing you otherwise.
Right. This is the survey is what I had from the owner. He said nothing's changed, so the survey was still good. And
It's a 2002 survey.
Yeah.
Our rules are, we need a 1-year-old survey or less. So, gonna have to have a new survey and a new site plan. I'm at a complete loss. How many animals do you have now?
we don't have any right now. We just do daycare.
Do daycare for animals?
Yes.
Well, how many?
10 right now.
And so you're gonna board overnight and you said 24 hours a day, 7 days a week?
Yeah.
All right. If you have 10 and you say on an average you'll have 10 in the future, how do you determine that?
Well, my average, what I hope to be would be around 10. That's what my plan would be for. And
Okay, I don't know if that's a business plan or what you say, a hope. So how do you determine that?
based on customer coming in, that's what my plan would be. There's no way to determine.
So it's a business plan. It's not, you have no idea whether that's the number,
There's no way to tell.
okay?
Yeah.
And
Until I've been in
similarly,
business, like,
the gap between 10 average and 50 to 60 max is pretty significant.
that's what most kennels do. In fact, Pet Suites down the street from St. Charles, they average 10 to 20 daily, and they can take up to, they do on the these events, they take up to 130.
What's your experience in this business?
I've been doing it for 8 years on the side.
Okay. What do you do regularly?
IT work before. BP businesses, things like that. But we've had side kennel businesses, other locations with my wife
Say
previously.
that
And
last
such.
part again.
We've had side kennel locations. My wife previously had locations.
You've had side kennel locations?
Yeah, previously, Schaumburg and up in Kenilworth.
Okay.
We've had a lot of experience in doing this previously.
Okay.
We probably handled about 8,000 to 10,000 dogs. We do medical and deployments also within reason. We do, search within topical, for instance.
Well, I'm not really so interested in who visits the site, what the truck, what the, deliveries and pickups are from the site, because it is a B2 business district currently. But is there anything else you can tell us to get an understanding of your operations?
Sure, it's just a normal kennel. So people would register with me online or through the phone to call in to, ask for boarding services for a certain amount of days, usually 3 to 5 days. And they drop them off. We would bring food with, of course, and we would house them according to state laws. And then they would pick them up afterwards.
Are you regulated by the state?
Yes.
Or what is the department that regulates?
I think it's Department of Animal Control. I think it is. I forgot the exact name of it offhand. I apologize. But they provide licenses.
You have a license?
Yeah, we're waiting. As soon as this is done, I can get the license for kenneling.
So you don't have a license yet?
Well, I can't until I can show the place. I have to be able to prove that it's available for doing that. Then they can come and inspect.
Okay.
But it's inspected for the other stuff. It's fine. Daycare and grooming's no problem.
All right. Do either of you have any questions?
It doesn't show any area where he said they were gonna have the dogs outside for exercise. It doesn't show anything there.
Yeah, that's why I said.
That's all the area in red.
It
No.
doesn't show anything.
No, it's just on this thing. That's why it's in here. It's the black tops that run
So
around it.
You understand we need a new site plan that depicts on a site plan with some sort of dimensions and like an engineering drawing to reflect all of the things that you told us in your testimony. So either of you have any follow-up questions?
It's just, when you said the top is 50, is that what the government puts the cap on it?
No cap.
50?
They don't have a cap.
So
That's
is
why I
your
said
50
Pitt Street
based
down
on
the street.
cages or what?
What's that?
You say 10 normally up to 50.
Yeah.
Do you have cages for 50 or how? is
Oh,
it?
yeah, absolutely.
How many cages do you have?
Oh, currently 10, but we build the extra ones as long as I get accepted, then I'd be adding on the rest of them. Cages are easy. We can get them at local places and have it set up in 10 minutes. So that's not any issue whatsoever. The ones that were really nice ones, installed ones, those would be, a bit more, take a bit more time, but we generally don't need those. Just like the other kennels in the neighborhood, we just use the cages in general.
Okay, so do either of the members present remotely have any questions?
I don't have any questions, thank you.
Were you able to hear the presentation pretty well?
Yes, I just missed the first 5 minutes.
Okay. Who is that?
Dennis.
Oh,
He
Dennis, I'm
jumped
sorry.
on in the middle.
So
Yeah,
now
that's me, Dennis.
we have 3 members present remotely?
Yeah, I could hear everything fine, but I don't have any questions.
Okay, good, thank you.
Oh, Janice.
We only have 2 remote.
No, I'm sorry, Carl, Janice and Ray. Same.
Oh, yeah, okay. All right, well, if there's no other questions, then I don't know if I should continue this for another hearing to look at the site plans. We're not gonna consider this definitively until we get these additional drawings, so I'm
We
not.
should get the new survey and the site plan.
So maybe we'll set it for January recommendation.
What, do a hearing beforehand, then do it?
I don't know if we need another here. I mean,
All
the
right.
testimony is a little scant, but my main issue is the documents. All right, so what's our January
4th.
Okay, we have a recommendation meeting January 4, assuming that all of these, and we'll consider this January 4 at 5:30 in this room,
Is there any earlier ones?
unless the additional documents are not, the site plan and survey are not available to us 2 weeks prior to that date, in which event we'll have to push it to our February recommendation. So that's all there is for tonight. I guess we'll close the hearing.
And then what was wrong with my drawing? Sorry.
It's not a current engineering
No, I
drawing.
meant the other one, I'm sorry.
It is, work with the staff. I need a definitive site plan, not some little blow up of a 2002 survey with some red markings. So I need to have the parking indicated, the outdoor areas indicated for outdoor.
But they're all clearly marked down there very well. Even the sizes are marked.
Wrong.
Oh.
Please consider as I've asked you to consider.
The only reason I asked is that I'm behind now and I'm trying to make a business there and the rent is pretty high, as you can imagine, and I'm losing a lot of money. And this is gonna cost me extra few thousand on top of what I
Okay,
had.
well, January is our next recommendation meeting. I've scheduled for the first one. We have a December, but we can't get this done by the first Thursday, by next week. So that means January is the first, and we'll consider it at the first available meeting, assuming that these additional drawings are done satisfactorily by that time. Okay?
All right.
Good, thanks. We're closed for this evening. I guess these are, Paul, do you have these exhibits?
I do.
You have this?
Oh, I don't have that. No, sorry.
Yeah, this is
That was something that's just.
See you next Thursday.
placed. Oh, you don't have to come around. I'll bring it.
I wish they would have told me that ahead of time, because I could have had all this done now. Cost me a lot.